Welcome to International Racing League Season 11 F2 Tier Round number 7 at Russia. I'm the commentator IRL Neon, or it's Jared Lee Fosbury. I'm on my own today as we are heading to the Russian Grand Prix and we have a 20 car grid, which is good. And hopefully we can have some action-packed racing. Unfortunately, yesterday IRL F1 unfortunately didn't have a commentator, so there was no stream. However, I believe Matthew did win that result, if any of you guys wanted to know that. However, we're here for F2 as we've now gone to the countdown for qualifying to begin very shortly. As we'll go on board of the driver's stance at the moment, Adrian Lennon is in the lead of the championship with 69 points to his name. And he's doing a very good job. However, though, he has Tim right behind him in second with 66 points. And then we have Ivan, who's dropped to third with 64 points. And then Ross Denholm somehow has managed to get 61 points in fourth place. So Ferrari's still doing a very good job. And then there's Luke Baker in fifth, and then Ermin Nater in sixth, with a couple of points behind. However, we will go to the constructors, the team battle, as we are loading into the qualifying session. Ferrari still lead with 125 points to their name. Second is Alpine then with 112 points, with AlphaTauri then in third with 77 points, with then Williams in fourth with 65 points. Then Red Bull in fifth with 56. Aston Martin 6th with 45 points, and Aston Martin are actually fighting with Haas, with Kieran Spears and Tom Spicer having 41 points to their name. Then there's a bit of a gap then to the Alfa Romeo team, Adam Corrigan and Jessica Harrison with 13 points, and then there's a battle for 9th place between McLaren and Mercedes. McLaren have 6 points to their name, Mercedes only have 2. However, I think those two teams could be fighting for actually 8th, with Alfa Romeo with some good form, as Shannon has retired from the session. I believe he has a quali ban. I will actually get that up. As we see drivers now leaving the pit lane, there's a McLaren going out. No penalties are getting carried over for this week except JP Greenwoods, but he's no longer in the league. So actually I don't know why Shane's actually retired. That's an interesting tactic, unless there's rain and he wants to be on the ultimate strap. Matt Romano, obviously, he always retires each week. Hopefully one race in the season he actually does a qualifying lap. Although on board with Cambrin Con, which I will get the name for because I said I was going to get that this week. Just waiting for Capricorn then to finish his outlap and get on his flyer. As he's now approaching final couple of corners of the final sector. Well, then Capricorn then begins his flying lap then in the McLaren now. So he will be the first person to set a provisional lap time. As he's got a couple of people leaving the pit, and that is Tim just passing then, and then that is also Luke Quinlan. So both AlphaTauris coming out the pit lane now as he comes into turn 1 and 2, nice and tidy there, as he's now approaching turn number 3. Through the fast left-hander, getting close to the curb as possible. Could even ride that curb if you wanted to. Now through turn 4, 90-degree right. Has to keep within track limits. It loses a bit of time there, so I'm not surprised that wasn't invalid. 33.5, don't know if that's good enough for Sector 1 yet. Although he is pushing that McLaren, and he was actually quite quick last week actually in the Aston Martin, so let's see what he can do today then. As a bit cautious there, And it's very interesting that he's already on the soft tyres. I thought everyone would have done a medium run first and Cam, obviously doing his ritual for some reason. Have a look, Capricorn then. Down the back straight. 1 minute 5.2 now through the first right, then into the left at sector 3. Nice and tidy exit, good on the traction now into the tricky chicane where you can gain a bit of time but you can also lose a lot if you make an error. Although keeps it under control there, very calm and tidy. Now through the final 2 corners then. Will the McLaren set a decent banker lap on these softs? Around the final corner he goes now to the line and it's a 31.7. Decent lap time there, quicker than me on the soft tyres. Good lap there from him. Gabicon there, 31.768 at the moment, as I believe the Mercedes was the next one on a lap, and I believe that was Jack. Jack is next up, and he takes pole, 31.581 at the moment, almost losing the rear end, almost did a brand then, as the Ferrari is next, I believe, on an outlap. No, Hamrick then is next, as Ross Denholm set a 131.463 on the mediums. Okay, that's pretty ridiculous. On the medium tyres, he's done a 31.4. Hamrick's then done a 32.6. God, how OP ABS is. Adam then, as we're going to go on board on a lap. Actually, no, the AvToys are ahead of him. Tim is the lead AvToy, so I'm guessing Luke Quinlan's backed off. The Tim is on a flyer as we speak. Now approaching the back straight then, activating DRS. See what the second sector is, a 1 minute 4.9. That is a lot quicker than Capricorn's time. It was a 5.2. So he's got a couple of tenths on the McLaren right now in sector 2. Let's see how he takes the chicane as he's actually approaching the McLaren, who's probably going in for his in-lap. Oh, Tim makes an error there, and that's what I said. You can easily make a mistake in that chicane, and it can cost you time. He just took it way too tight, hit the little curb, and he's invalidated. But let's see what time he would have done then. Come across the line, it would have been a 31.6, so it wouldn't have been pole, it would have been third best, as Louis comes to the line, goes 31.606. Third position at the moment then. Adam is next up on a lap time, but he's actually invalid and going in the pit lane. I believe that's a Williams driver behind. Is that Luke Baker? It is. However, the other Mercedes of Jack is coming in the pit lane at the moment. There's a Haas who's done a lap. Major's finished a lap. Has he finished that? Yeah, he's finished that. He's coming in then. So it's Ivan. Let's see what he can do. See if he can match his teammate. Provisional pole at the moment on mediums is 31.463. Yeah, I'm very interested how the hell he's managed to do a 31.463 on mediums. It's very interesting. Hello, Ivan, round the final corner to the line, and it's a 32.3. So, yeah, even that time's pretty decent on the medium. So the Ferraris then looking quite competitive on the medium tyre at the moment. Although we only have 8 people setting lap times. As Tim is on another lap, but he's invited again. So that's his lap over. What about Capricorn? Is he on another flyer? No, he's in the pits. But his best is a 31.7 then. So 8 people to set a lap time. Nobody else except Adrian Lennon. And I believe his teammate Terminator are on actual laps right now. Let's see how the Alpine can do. Adrian then in the second sector, nice and tidy at the moment. He has got another Alpine ahead of him, so maybe a bit of slipstream, but I think it is a bit too late to offer the slipstream. I think it would have been better off backing off a bit more to help him out. However, a 1 minute 5.142 at the moment in the second sector, a bit slower than Tim, who did a 31.6 in the end on his invalid lap time, so he's down by a couple of tenths in the second sector than Tim. He's coming around the final corner now. Adrian Lennon to the line. 31.639 goes 4th place at the moment. Only a couple of hundredths of Louis Quinlan in 3rd position right now. Good lap there from Adrian Lennon, but still nobody can match Ross Denholm right now, who's on the medium tyre with a 31.463. However, we're going to go on board with the other Alpine then. Eminem on a lap right now through turn 1, 2 and 3. Nice and tidy there. Through the fast left-hander now we go. Nice and tight, but he has got traffic ahead of him. Williams moves out the way then, as Adrian going to try and give his teammate a bit of slipstream down the back straight. He's currently purple in sector 1. Eminem though is catching Adrian quite quickly, so this actually could cost him. And it is a slipstream tactic there, so Adrian is doing a brilliant job for Eminem. But Eminem makes a massive mistake, but he keeps it on track. And it isn't invalidated, so will he continue this lap? Because that's at least lost him a couple of tenths. Down the straight then he goes. Into the right, a 4.9, he's 2 tenths quicker than his teammate at the moment in sector 2, matching Tim. So it looks like he could be on the time for 1:31.6 to a 1:31.4. He's in that range right now to challenge for pole position. Will Eminem be able to take pole from Ross, who's got pole at the moment on the medium tyre? The final 2 corners will let us know on that story. Oh, the rear end kicks out again, and he's losing the car almost, fighting it to the line, and he improves to 31.224 then. Completely had no control of the car and sets the new provisional pole and the new fastest time. 31.224 then, a couple of tenths faster than Ross then, so he had a lot of time gained on that straight. That's Jessica Harrison who sets a flying lap. 34.4 then in 11th position at the moment. I believe she actually scored points last week. As Adam then come across the line now, moving to 6th position with a 31.731. Good lap time there from him. And the next up is a Mercedes. Is that Jack, or is he pitting? He is pitting. He hasn't been able to set a lap time yet. Jack had a good start to the season, but as soon as he got the full seat, he's been a bit unnervy. A bit of bad luck he's been happening, and it's cost him if he wants to have a fight for this championship. As we have a Haas now approaching. I believe that is Major on a flying lap. Round the final corner then, a bit hesitant with the steering inputs, keeps it within track limits, goes to 8th place though with a 31.955 then. Couple of tenths down off Capricorn, I believe, is behind him now on a lap. As there's an Aston who's next, and that is pushing the pit lane. As it's actually Ball King, it's actually meant to be Reece March, but Ball King actually must be at reserve taking slots there. He was an IRL F1, but he is an F2 now. As we'll go on board with Louis Quinlan. I believe he is the lead car on a lap. Unless Tim is on a actual flyer, let's actually have a look then. No, Tim's actually invalidated, so his lap isn't going to count. We'll go on board with Louis then. I don't know, is he on a lap or is he actually pitting? I think he's pitting because he's low on fuel. And yes, he is pitting, and I'm guessing Adam will be pitting as well. So yep, both Alfa Romeos and are pitting. So, oh, that's questionable pit entry. Look, here we come then. Down the back straight, he is on a lap, and he's 3 tenths up on his time. Oh, and he invalidates, just running a bit wide there. So that is a shame there for Capricorn then. So he will not be improving on his lap, as it won't count. As I don't believe anybody else is actually on a flyer, except people who are on outlaps. And Billy is the lead driver on an outlap, I believe. So I don't believe Major is doing another lap. So we'll go on board with Billy Mossam then, as we have 5 minutes remaining of the session now. Through the final 2 corners he goes. Who's getting reported, Ross? I think that's a bit petty, to be honest. And to be honest, you should be careful. Billy then, through turn 1 and 2 now. Taking a wide line through turn 3. Taking it as tight as possible where you actually can gain a bit of time. Holds it in, it looked like he was going to hold it in 7th there. Goes down to 4th. Gets an average exit out of turn 4 then. Approach to turn 5. His first sector is a 33.5. Now, if I remember correctly, Capricorn set that on his first sector time on lap number 1. really fighting the car there, trying to keep within track limits. Will Billy be able to get a podium today? He's now down the back straight. DRS activated. Down the straight he goes then. His teammate's currently in 10th with 32.5. 15.4. Isn't a good sector 2. He's now approaching the final couple of corners now. Billy Moss then. Where will he be? Qualifying at the moment on his first lap. He's actually completely backed off. What's he doing? Why is he backed off? Well, that was a weird lap, but he's gone to 13th then with a 39.558. I'm guessing he didn't want to set a lap in case he made it in top 10 and didn't get out of the top 10 in the end. But yeah, that's interesting from him. Ivan King though wasn't a lap, but he's invalidated, and that's his lap over. Is anybody else on an actual flyer? I don't believe so. However, though, I think the Alpha Tori of Louis Quinlan will be on a flyer very shortly, as Hamrick's actually quite close to him, so it's going to be interesting. Louis is entitled to be ahead now since he is on an actual lap. So with Hamrick, they're both on flyers, so they can't really report each other for blocking since they're both on flyers unless they invalidate. Have a look, Louis then through turn 1, takes a wide line into it, nice and tidy though. Through turn 2 gets a decent exit. Will Louis Quinlan be able to challenge for pole and take the win in today's race? Because AlphaTauri have been showing some strong form with Tim. Hopefully they can help Louis Quinlan out. As there's Billy there, moving to the right side of the track, getting out of the way. Currently 10th and a half up in sector 1. That would improve him to 3rd position. Well, the lap from Louis Quinlan is nice and tidy through sector 2 at the moment. It's just approaching the back marker. That is Tim. So the AlphaTauri then are doing what the Alpines tried, the slipstream tactic. Now this is going to boost Hamrick up a little bit actually, because he could get a double toe. However, let's see what Louis can do then. Down the straight he's going. Let's see what his sector time is. It's a 1:4.6. I think that's the quickest sector 2 time we've seen so far. Will Louis Quinlan be able to take pole from Erminator, which is currently a 31.224, which is only a couple tenths ahead of Ross, who's on the mediums. As there's a Williams yet again going slowly. I think he's run out of fuel. As Louis really fighting the car. Only 2 more corners to go. He has to not invalidate, keep his composure. Oh, loses the rear end a little bit. That's going to cost him a bit of time. Doesn't run deep. And it's 2nd place. 31.246 there. A couple of hundredths there down. And Hamrick now comes across the line. He does a 32.3 it looks like. And that's his lap over. Unless he's actually going for another. That would be interesting if he can actually do that, to be honest. I don't think it's wise. What is he doing? Okay, well, first of all, that is completely wrong. And you are getting a massive penalty for that, because you are not supposed to... Oh, Jesus Christ. People don't learn. Seriously. Okay, so Luke Baker, I think, just improved to 11th, or was that Bottle King? It might have actually been Bottle King who's just improved. As Kevin Kung's actually lost it through turn... Well, what they call turn 1, which isn't turn 1. Yeah. Very interesting then. So, people are coming up on their end laps then. It isn't Luke Baker, and it isn't Ivan King. I believe that's Billy Moss just ahead. It is. So neither of these guys on laps. So the guys who behind is actually Tim. So Tim will be the first one on an actual flyer. He's getting the slipstream now. Plenty of torque. And he's getting the max potential of it. A 4.7. A bit down on his teammate. Tim hasn't set a good lap yet, as he's invalidated both runs. And he needs to get a good run if he wants to stay in this championship fight. Yes, he is 2nd. He's only a couple points behind. But one race could easily lose you the championship in the long run. So... Tim then, round the final couple of corners where he invalidated, and oh my god, what the hell's happening in the pit lane between Billy Mossam and bloody Erminator? Have a look, Tim takes pole position with a 31.220, 4,000th of a second on pole, and Billy has been disqualified. I think that's a bit harsh. And there's an absolute colossal going on. What is happening with the pit lane? Ivan King has blocked the pit lane, and Jesus Christ. Ross Denholm now is coming to the line. Let's see what he does then. He takes pole with a 31.154, and he improves then by a couple of tenths there on the soft tyres. And yeah, I'm lost with safety car. Storm, do not pit because you're going to get blocked. Do not pit, Storm. You're going to get blocked. Move out the way. Good lad. He moves out the way, and Luke's going to be annoyed with this, but they can't really do all, to be honest. And yeah, that's all the laps over then. Not bad there, mate. P3. Now that Hamrick's getting under investigation at the end of this race. And then, the first qualifying results for Rush then for the F2 tier. Ross Denholm then does take pole, and he looks convincing to actually win this race considering the pace on his mediums. Tim in second place then, a couple of hundredths down, with Erminet not that far off, 700ths down off that time. Jack in fourth, good qualifying for him. Hopefully he can get a good result. With Adrian Lennon, the championship leader, in fifth. Capricorn in 6th, Major in 7th, Hamrick in 8th, who deliberately crashed out. Ivan King in 9th, disappointing from him. He could have easily gone on softs and been in a higher position. Luke Baker in 10th, Ball King in 11th, Tom Spicer in 12th, Jessica Harrison in 13th. Then with Cam, Shane, Jeremy Pope and Matt Romano, not setting any lap times, but then Louis Quinlan, Adam and Billy Mossop harshly getting disqualified because of Ivan King's block in the pit lane, which could be investigated. I don't know if it will or not, because to be honest, it's kind of special how you can get your car stuck there. I don't understand how it should reset you, so that will be very interesting if it gets investigated. However, we are moving to the race session. Hopefully the weather is clear, and it's clear enough. There is a bit of cloud, and hang on a minute, it is not raining, but Jack has wet tyres. Why is it showing that it's got wets in the garage? Has the track been soaked with rain and it's not raining anymore? I'm not losing my marbles or anything, but Jack is apparently, oh, there we go, he's now on soft. Apparently he was on wets, but now he's on the right tyre. That kind of got me a bit concerned there, but well then, while people pick their tyre choices, race strategies and fuel loads and everything, my race prediction, I'm going to go with Ross winning, Adrian Lennon second, Jack third, and fourth I'm going to go with Ivan. And why? Oh, for crying out loud, why are people leaving? Oh, is the lobby bugged? I swear to God, why is the lobby bugged? Is the lobby bugged, or have I lagged out? You know, it's letting me know it's a lobby restart, so apparently there was an issue. Okay, I don't see what the issue was, but yeah. I'll have to wait and see. I'll actually try and confirm what the issue was. Wait, is there a restart? We could consider a restart. We can go in the pits because, to be fair, that would be a fair restart. Well then, I've been invited to the new lobby, and the reason for the restart was because of the issue in the pit lane where a couple of drivers did lose their position. So the qualifying order I did read out is actually wrong. So that's actually getting changed, which is interesting. But it's the end of the day, it is up to the team admins, and if one of the head admins agree, then it is fair enough. To be honest, I think it was just unlucky, and it's Ivan did do that, so it's technically, there's no way the AI has done that, so somehow it's gone wrong and it's caused an issue. That happens, but you could have easily avoided it, not gone in the pits and finished, just gone around the flying lap. But we'll just leave it at that. Well, while I went for the lobby then, apparently the reason why Ivan actually got stuck in the pit lane is apparently because he tried to go into the pits and his AI then took over and didn't want to go in the pits and turn left. So that's what apparently caused the massive pile up. But as I said, people, when you finish your lap and the qualifier is about to end, don't go in the pits, just go across the line. It's just easy and you won't have this issue ever again. It's not rocket science. It's logic, innit? So, well then, I'll wait for the restart to happen. Oh, just missing two drivers. The two drivers we are missing are a Ferrari, which is Ivan, and a Red Bull, which is Hamrick. So Ivan and Hamrick we're waiting for. Well, we do have everyone here, so we wait for the guy, tier admin, to get the grid correct, and then we'll get going. We should be going. Oh, we're not going. What do you mean I'm not reading the chat, Tim? Sorry about that. I was actually responding to admin stuff. I'm good, Tim. How are you? Getting annoyed with drivers complaining about petty things, but I'm getting there. So everyone is correct, right? Ross is last, yeah? Ross Denholm is last. Honestly. Hopefully we can get going now and have an exciting race. Football clips. Don't know who that is. What's saying my name? Tim, if you don't win, you're a fraud. That's my teammate, mate. If you don't win, you better win today. Actually, in fact, I want Agent Leonard to win, actually. But well, finally then, we're going into the actual race, and I pray to God this doesn't cause a glitch. Touch wood. Well done, we're just waiting for Hamrick and Jessica Harrison, please. Click the read button. For God's sake, why do I recognise this bloody username? Really? Both. Jesus. I have a weird feeling this is Cameron on stream. For God's sake. Right. Hold on. Oh, waiting for strategies to be picked. It should be very shortly. Oh, I swear to God. Oh, it isn't bugged. Good. It isn't bugged, which is good. I wonder who's actually going to do well today. Well, the formation lap is officially underway. Ross Denholm then in the lead on the formation lap, and he was worried that he wasn't going to start pole. Tim then in second position on the soft tyre with Erminator third, Luke Quillen in fourth then, so that's where the qualifying has altered a little bit. Jack then did drop to fifth after everyone got disqualified. Adrian sixth, Adam is seventh, Kimicon in eighth then, Major drops to ninth, Hammock then into 10th position, so he lost 2 places due to the restart and what happened. Ivan then in 11th on the medium tyre, so he's in the best result here. Luke Baker in 12th, Bottle King in 13th, very good drive for Mr. Tom. Spice then as 14th, Jessica Harrison in 15th, Billy Moss in 16th, Cameron in 17th, Shane 18th, Jeremy Pope 19th, and Matt Romano, the legendary Italian F5 winner, in 20th position. Now I just want to watch what Cam's doing, because right now he's overtaking people, which he shouldn't really be doing, and I'd like to give him the positions back, because I don't want to crash happen, but very interesting. So, Luke Baker and Jessica Harrison have decided to go on the soft tyre, the quicker strategy for the first part. They then go mediums, which, to be honest, I think the alternate strategy isn't the best round here. I think the soft medium is the better way to go. But we'll have to wait and see what the strategy goes, because I believe the softs pit round about lap 8 to lap 10, and the mediums pit lap 16. So it's only a 6 lap difference. So you need to gain a lot of time in the 6 laps. So, why is he up? Okay. Oh, he did not just hit Spicer, did he? Okay, Spicer's actually not there. Where did Spicer just drop to? Okay, Spicer's down here. Spicer's actually behind Cameron. Interesting. But then the race should be going underway very shortly, as we have cars inside each other. Major, Capricorn and Jack and Hamrick are going inside each other. And Adrian Lennon is just a passenger. But Ross then will be lining up the 20 car grid for the Russian Grand Prix for the F2 tier. Will he be able to capitalise from pole position and take the win and fastest lap? So you got the 2 points. Will he be able to take the maximum points offered this weekend? Or will Tim or Terminator or Louis Quinn or even Jack or Adrian Lennon be able to change that? As everyone now is lined up, and the light sequence has begun then. So we're now 5 red lights for the F2 tier at Russia, and the lights are out, and it looks like Ernie has had a cracking start. So is Tim there, but look at Louis Quinlan, both AlphaTauris then in turn 1, technically turn 1, in first and second. So, oh, and there's a major crash in the background there, big accident, cars everywhere. There is 3 retirements already, and that is a major incident there, and that is Hamrick, Adam and Adrian Lennon. The championship points leader is out of the race, and Hamrick then, wow, big impact, and I think they just got collected and went all the way into left. And yep, safety car has to come out, because that was a hefty impact. And to be honest, that has benefited the soft runners, because they can go hards now, and the medium guys might stay out. But if I was them, I'd go hards as well, just to try and go to the end, because then there's no point pitting. But a very, very big impact, and Adrian is not happy at all. And Adrian, if you can report that, because it did look a bit sketchy, if you don't mind. If it's ruined your race and it's not your fault, then it will be investigated, obviously. But wow, not even through turn 1 in my eyes, but the turn 1 in the game, as it says on the track map, there's a huge crash, 3 cars. I'm surprised and not a lot more got hit there, and hopefully nobody's got any damage, because that was a horrific crash. And yeah, I think everyone's okay with the damage side. No one looks like they've got any wing damage or anything, but Jack, yeah, he's in the 5th now, so it's going to be interesting then. Terminator did have a good start on the launch, but then in the second phase couldn't actually challenge Ross. And is anyone pitting? Not really. No one's actually going to pit, it looks like. That's an interesting tactic. I would have gone hard, stayed behind, and then go to the end. Yes, you're going to lose in the long run, but you don't need to pit. Nope, no one has pitted. So Tim then will lead the safety car restart, and this is a good chance then for him to take the championship points lead in the championship, as he's only a couple points behind Adrian Lennon. And Tim, both AlphaTauris had a cracking start, so they're in a good position at the moment, first and second running 1 and 2. Now there's one of the Aston Martin safety car for today's race. Adam's already joined. I don't think you can control your car, mate. Your car is in a wreck. So, I don't know why you're joining unless you want to watch the race. But, yeah. That is a shame then for Adam, Adrian Lennon and Hamrick, as it was a horrific crash. I'll see if I get any inputs in the chat of what happened. And I think Adam was actually an instant bystander with the crash in turn 1 then. He doesn't know what happened, he was just driving, then 2 seconds later he had a car on top of him. So Adam then was actually just unlucky and he was caught up in the moment. And that's a shame for the Alfa Romeo team, because Adam's actually been scoring a lot of points for them. Jessica Harrison, I believe, scored points last week. So all eyes for Alfa Romeo to score points now. We're on Jessica Harrison, who's currently 15th on the soft tyres. But it is a shame though for AJ Lennon and the Alpine team as well, because they want to do well on the constructors and they've lost one car. Only one Ferrari's in the points and one Alpine's in the points, but Ivan isn't that far off. He's in 11th. He could easily get points and extend their gap to Alpine. But AlphaTauri though are looking very strong for this weekend to get close to the Alpine and the Ferrari in the constructors fight. So safety car should be coming in next lap round. I'm surprised I've seen it coming this lap because how close everyone is. But yeah, I'm actually quite surprised how that happened in turn 1. As Matt Romano then in the pit lane. So what tyres will he be going on? It looks like the softs are the tyres going on. No wing change, so he wants to be on the quicker strategy. Leaving the pit lane now, and obviously he'll rejoin in 17th. So Matt Romano then, technically the only person who's made a stop on the soft tyres. He could actually get some points there for the Aston Martin team, as he'll be the only one to be able to score points since Reece can't make it today. But he needs to catch up with the safety car, and I think he will be able to do that since the safety car is actually going quite slowly. As Adam actually is going to send up his POV, so hopefully I can actually have a look at that very shortly. But yeah, it is a shame then for those three, as they're in the points and championship leader just gets wrecked, and apparently Hamrick is at fault for it. Adam says Hamrick was the one who caused it, and I think Adam was just an innocent bystander and Lennon just got collected. And the safety car has been called in this lap then, so the marshals have cleared the debris and race control are ready to go back to green flag racing. I don't know why I said frag, but green flag racing then. So, oh my god, Louis, please don't get too close to your teammate. You don't want to give him a 5 second. However though, AlphaTauri's 1 and 2 with Ross in 3rd, and Ross did look quick on the mediums, only a couple of tenths off them. And Tim is just back in the pack up as our car's going side by side right now. And he'll go when he's ready. So it's weird. Why has he got his overtake on? It's not going to help him on traction. He could easily lose the rear with this. And he doesn't get the best exit. So I think, to be honest, that's a mistake he's made. However, though, there's yellows in the background. I believe somebody must have made a mistake behind. As Louis then is trying to make a charge on Tim right now, but we can see an overtake further behind there as Ross looked for a move, but Jack and Erminator going side by side with the McLaren of Capricorn. And there's a bit of contact between the McLaren and the Mercedes, but Capricorn then drops to 6th position, but Jack isn't finished with Erminator yet. He might go for the lunge. He's getting closer in turn 3. He's looking for turn 4 to go for the dive, possibly. He is sending the dive. Oh, and it's got to give him room, but oh, they go round. Another car round there, and that's going to cost people time. And that is a shame there for Jack, as he didn't really get enough room there, and he drops to 17th position. So yet again, more bad luck this season for Jack then, as right now though, Louis Quinlan is on a mission. He wants to get past Tim, and to be honest, Tim might actually be smart and actually let him through and let him pull him along, because Louis might be a lot quicker and it could help him out in the constructors. Have those yellows behind. That is Shane into the wall there, no front wing at all, and that is Jack out of the race as well. So it looks like his car's gone, and that is a safety car. Another safety car has been called, and Matt Romano right now can go back to the mediums and try and go to the end. It is going to be a push on those mediums, but it will be a one stop. He can easily make them to the end, I think, with the safety car. Safety car's going to go at least 2 laps, lap 6. It's going to be 21 laps, roughly on the mediums, and you roughly pit 16, and they're still decent. Tyre wear isn't that big of an issue, so is anybody going to go for the pit stop, though? I'm not really the best on the pit stop strategies, but it would be interesting. And oh, that was going to be a late call. But Spicer in the pit lane then. He is the first one on the mediums, though. That's an interesting tactic. And oh, there is Shane. Obviously, he has to go in the pits, also on the medium tyre. But did Spicer then get some wing damage? We know the McLaren has. And I don't believe he has. No front wing damage for the Haas. And he's going hard. That is an interesting strategy. He's going hard to the end then. We'll see if anyone's set up in the chat. No. So Spice then leaving the pit lane on the hard tyres. Shane though will be a lot quicker than him, and he's on the softs. So then Tim yet again leading the safety car. Hopefully he can get a better restart this time. This is the second safety car at Russia. I'm really surprised no one's decided, you know, go in the pits, go softs, and then go to the mediums, because you're making your stop. At the end of the day, you're only going to have to make one more stop, and you could be better off in the long run compared to the soft tyres. So it is interesting that people are not pitting, and it's very interesting that Spice on hards, because now I don't think the hards will work, because yes, you're on lap 5, but the guys are going to be on quick tyres, and their tyres aren't going to be as worn, and they might actually catch you in the end if you can keep up with the guys ahead of you, actually, to be honest, on those hard tyres. So it's going to be interesting what Tom Spicer then can do in today's race. Currently 15th on Haas with hard tyres, so it is going to be an interesting tactic as safety car is going out for another lap round the track. So it's going to be interesting. My prediction then will have to change, obviously, with Adrian Lennon not in the race anymore. I think Tim, obviously, he's quick, but I don't think he's going to win. I think Louis is actually going to take the win then on track, with Tim in second. Ross, I think, is going to finish third, and I think, to be honest, I think Capricorn in 5th will do a good job. To be honest, I think he could get 4th there. We already have a bit of a POV from Storm then. Okay, yeah, that's a bit weird. I think he hit the wall, which then made his tyre go into Adrian Lennon, which then collected him into the wall. So I'd have to see how much POV on that one. That's very interesting, and looking at that, it might actually not be Hamrick's fault with the turn 1 crash, but as I say always, stewards will investigate it at the end of the race, and you'll hopefully find out the results for the next round. Right now though, safety car still out for another lap. It should be in this lap though, but Marimano in 14th. I'm surprised he didn't go back on mediums to pit, but he's still on his 2 lap old softs. Should be alright for a bit longer, maybe lap 12 is the push now for the soft tyres, and maybe lap 18 for the mediums. But the AlphaTauris are going to have to be smart when they pit, because they're very close and they don't want to double stack, because that will cost them a lot of time. So I'm very surprised not one of them has pitted, as I've said, to do an alternate strategy. So one's on a different strategy than the other to try and benefit the team. But right now though, they're more concerned about track position, and they're currently first, second. And safety car should be in this lap. And yes, race control have agreed, so safety car will be in this lap then, and Tim then will be taking the safety car restart yet again. Well then, will Tim wait again to the final corner? Hopefully nobody hits anybody on the rear end like last week. See me again. Got the ERS on. I don't know why you got your ERS stuck on, but though, he's underway, and yet again, not a good restart. Louis is right on his tail again, and yes, they've pulled away from Ross, so both Toys had a cracking restart then, but they're going to be fighting, and I'll tell you who's definitely fighting. It's Capricorn in the background as we're going side by side with him right now through turn 1. Into turn 2, going side by side, doesn't get the traction, but look at this now. Bottle King is looking for a move, going switching to the outside. He has to watch out Major's on his inside as we're going 3 wide there through the turn 3 now. As, oh my god, it could have ended in tears there, and Major has to hold his line round the outside then, trying to make it way through to pass Bottle King, but Bottle King's trying to close the door. Major smartly there, backs off, goes for the switch now, and he gets a better run. Oh my god, Tom, that was too close there to the wall, and he's gone for the inside gap. Oh, they've got to give each other space, and it's a very tight corner to give each other space there. As Billy Mossam and Jeremy Pope are fighting in the background right now, and oh, there goes the Haston right in the curb a little bit. He's unsettled his car now. Billy Mossam looks like he could possibly go on the attack and challenge for 6th position, but he doesn't get a good exit. Oh, look, the Haas of Major now making a move. Looks like he's going to go on the inside. He's going to have to brake a lot later than that Aston, and he is. He's dive bombing it. Oh, bit of wheel banging, shoves him off a tiny bit. I don't know if there was a bit of wing damage there, if he hit the wall or anything. No, it doesn't look like any damage on the car. Oh my god, these two are getting really aggressive towards each other. Aston versus Haas there. So they're getting a bit too aggressive, and they don't want to cause another safety car because it's just going to ruin their strategies altogether as Tim sets the provisional fastest lap. Obviously the fastest lap will be beaten, but right now then these guys are fighting their way tooth and nail, but it looks like they're safe for now. What about Billy Mossam and Cam? No one's actually close enough to make an overtake, I don't believe. Shane, no, he's not close enough either, and Spice had a cracking start. He's in 13th, so he's doing what he needs to do on the hard tyres. Yes, he's 2.6, but right now the gap between him and the leader is already 10 seconds, so the gap to the leader only needs to improve by another 10 seconds, and he's not fighting for the win, so he needs to keep that gap stable as long as he can. As Tim then holding the lead at the moment, Louis in 2nd, Ross in 3rd position. Eliminated 3rd, and Capricorn looks like he made a mistake there, as he's now under threat by Bottle King in 6th position. This DRS isn't activated yet. Will be next lap where overtakes will be a lot more certain, but we can possibly see an overtake further behind between possibly Ivan and Luke Baker. Ivan's doing a good job in 9th on the medium tyres, so the Ferrari are doing what they need to do to outscore Alpine in today's race. Oh, so Williams there went a bit deep there as Ivan's trying to get inside. Cameron not that far off, but he's got Billy and Jeremy Pope right on his tail. DRS is now finally being enabled, so are we going to see a possible overtake between Ross and Louis though? I don't see it coming, but we see an overtake from the other Ferrari. Ivan making a move on the Williams and Luke Baker now, but Luke Baker's activated DRS. Down the straight they're going, side by side. As we get a terrible camera view there, as they're still going side by side. The Red Bull not just waiting in the wings there. Luke Baker outbrakes himself, completely missing the track, takes a shortcut there, gains a 3-second time penalty, and to be honest, he's lucky he just got that. But right now then, Ivan is going to have to watch out. He's got Cameron, Billy right on his backside right now. Cameron is trying to gain on that Ferrari, but he's just kind of close enough in that dirty air, and Billy Mossam isn't that far off. However though, back to the fight for the lead of this race between both AlphaTauris and the Ferrari. Ross versus Louis Quinlan versus Tim, fighting for first right now. The top three really close, and Louis is trying his best to keep up with Tim, and just to keep Ross behind at the moment, and he's using a bit of his ERS now, but Ross isn't that far off. As we're on lap 9, will we have a change of lead? Louis looks like, oh, Louis just backs off there. He knows he's quicker. He looks like he's a lot quicker. Jack's now left the session, obviously. We only have 4 DNFs at the moment. As these two are really fighting away at the moment right now. And Terminator's not that far off, 1.8 seconds. He's just waiting in the wings for these guys to make a mistake. And speak. Okay, he's lagging. What is going on? Louis apparently lagging. Louis just apparently cut a corner and he's not even on track. That makes just perfect sense. Oh, look, Ross isn't that far off. But Louis isn't that far off. Tim, is he going to go for it? Oh, he's so close. Oh, but look at that. Ross had to completely back off there. He almost hit him. As we're going to go on board with the McLaren, who's under threat by the Aston of Spicer, who's going on the inside, finds a gap, makes it work, and takes the position. And the McLaren of Capricorn's trying to do the switchback now. Perfect move. And the Aston couldn't do anything about that and has to hold the position at the moment. Ivan has made a move. Oh, there's Billy Mossam now. Sorry, not Billy Mossam, Luke Baker trying to keep up with Luke. As Cameron then still under threat by Billy Mossam. And Jeremy Pope is having a cracking race right now in 12th position. Looks like he could get some points this season in IRL, especially for the Mercedes team. Look, the battle for the front looks stable enough, but I think... Oh, no! I was just about to go on board with them. Ball King is round, so that is a mistake from him. And that's probably scared the hell out of Luke Baker. But we have a 3-wide, now 2-wide situation between both Williams drives on. They've hit each other. Bit of contact there. That's the one rule you don't want to do, is hit your own teammates. As Cameron then gets both drivers behind, and Luke Baker then has hit him, Billy Mossam, and... Jeremy Pope, oh my god, this is going to end in tears. We have Shane on the inside, they're going 3 wide now into the chicane. Luke is completely off track. Jeremy's trying to give Shane a bit of room as they're still going side by side now into the chicane. And McLaren's going to go into the wall, oh my god! And that is a mistake there for the Mercedes, and that is easily a safety car. That is easily a safety car, and that has helped Ross and Erminator. I can't believe I've just seen that. There's a huge crash, and there's no point now showing the gap to the leader now, Kevin. It's just been neutralised. The safety car is out. Shane is out then, and that is another horrific crash there. And it's similar between Storm and Hamrick, where the tyre just gets stuck on and you get put in the wall. And to be honest, this has only benefited Ross and Erminator right now. Technically, I'm not calling it, they are technically in a chance to be your net leaders, because they've already made the tyre choice. Louis is going to lose time anyway by pitting because he's behind Tim, so the gap between them two is 25 seconds, so the pit window I believe is in that range. Right now if Tim, Louis pit, they'll be behind Matt if Matt stayed out, so Spicer would take the lead if he stays out on those hards. Now that could be interesting if he does that. If he's got nothing to lose, I would actually stick out on the hards. You're on lap 11 out of 27. As we see, uptakes haven't been that easy down the straights. Mainly, it hasn't been side-by-side action, and if it has, it's ended up in the wall. And that barrier looks like it's been moved a little bit. And, yeah, Louis backing off, which he is allowed to do, as long as he's not held up the other drive behind. He is allowed to back off to create some space. But he can't slow down too much. No, he don't. He actually has it perfect there. And a couple of the guys on the mediums are staying out. They're thinking another safety car could be in play. And Spicer agrees. He stays out as well, obviously. He's on the hard tyres. And he is going to move up to 3rd position. So Tim then, leaving the pit lane. Matt Romano also stays out. So yeah, I was right. Tim then is going to be behind Matt. Ross. Is Ross going to be close enough to Tim? He's not going to be close to get ahead of him. But because of the double stack, Erminator is now into technically net 3rd. Capricorn's in 4th. And, well, Major in the 5th then, is net 5th. And Ross Denham then into 11th position. So... why did I say Ross then? Louis Quinlan, there's too many R's. Louis Quinlan then in 11th then, as Luke Baker and Bottle King then leaving the pit lane, and Billy Mossam then in 14th. With Jeremy Pope, after that little incident, I don't know if he can take softs to the end, to be honest, is in 15th then, and yeah, I think he was a bit unlucky, and Shane isn't going to be happy with that. I know Shane, he gets a bit hot under the collar, so he definitely won't be happy with that. But Ivan, leading the safety car on the medium tyres. Interesting strategy call. Yeah, he didn't pit. So It is going to be interesting how he pulls this off. Safety car, I believe, will be in next lap. Nope, safety car is staying out for another lap. And just looking at Adam's footage, we've just noticed he was the innocent bystander, and I'm very surprised his car didn't flip over the amount of damage he had. But the safety car is coming in this lap. Hang on a minute. What's Jessica doing? She's in the pit lane. No, she's pit. That's a late call for pits. But Ivan then, safety car has gone green, and maybe Jessica thought the safety car would have gone out for longer, but she's going to lose a ton of time. And the Mercedes of Jeremy's now pitting as well, so both drivers there, a bit unlucky. Now look at Ross's straight line speed. Where has he got the speed now on the Aston? Goes on the inside. Oh my god. And there's a car going side by side between Hermine and Capricorn there. And look at Major. He's not that far off. Will he be trying to send on the inside or in the middle or the outside? Is he going to go for it? He's gaining the speed, but he can't make it work at the moment. He's going to stay behind. Who's going to break earlier? They're still going side by side. Capricorn and Hermine really fighting it hard, tooth and nail, for 7th position, which is technically net 3rd. As Capricorn then, he's going on the inside, and then he's got to give him plenty of room. It is hard to give room around these 90-degree corners, but it's a nice fight we're seeing. 4P7. Oh, as Major hits back of the McLaren. As Cameron leads, Ivan lost that position then, and Spicer is doing a good job. Oh, there's a bit of contact there between the Major and McLaren. That could have ended in tears. Louis now picks up a penalty, almost squeezes the McLaren in the wall. Matt Romano, is he? No, he's backing off, letting everybody through. But Louis Quinlan right now is in a bit of trouble if he's not careful. He's got Major on his tail, but he's passing Capricorn. He's on a fight to get his positions back as we're going almost 3 wide. Down the long straight end, they're going side by side. The McLaren gives him room. They're still going side by side, and Louis then gets the position. Spicer and Tim now going side by side through the chicane. Tim round the outside gets the move done. A lovely overtake as the Haas then rides the curb, and an easy overtake there for Ross Denholm. So Ross then on a charge to try and catch up with Tim as Bottkings picks up his first 3-second time penalty now. We have 4 drivers already picking up penalties. Tim now in the 3rd place, challenging Ivan. So was this a Ferrari tactic to help Ross then try and win this race? As Cameron right now has put up a gap of 6 tenths. As Erminator's fighting in the background. Oh my god, these two are getting really aggressive again. Capricorn and Major. As it could end in tears as Billy Moss and both Williams drivers early on did collide with each other. They're now going side by side. And look at Matt Romano. He's looking for an overtake. Oh no, that's not Matt Romano, that's Balking. Matt Romano's up to 13th, but look at Balking there. Easy overtake through turn 4, around the outside to the inside line. Great overtake there from Balking. That's one Williams down. There's one more to go as there's yellows ahead. Who is that? That is Cameron. He's into the wall. That's no front wing. He's moving out of the way for everybody, and I'm surprised that isn't a VSC because there's a lot of debris on the track there. However, Tim into the lead of the race. Ivan second. He's going to let his teammate through. Yeah, he completely backs off, lets his teammate go. And look at then, already now making a move on Spicer, trying to get into 4th position now, but will be net 3rd when Ivan pits, and the yellow's further behind. Is that Matt Romano? Has he made a mistake? He has. He's spun it around. Matt Romano's made a big mistake then as Louis made an overtake. We did miss that, but we already knew that was going to be an easier to overtake for him. As Ivan is his next objective. He now needs to get past Ivan and then past Ross to try and help AlphaTauri catch up to Ferrari in the constructors' fight. We see cars going side by side further in the background there. Erminator and Major going side by side through the final 2 corners now, and they're going wheel to wheel. The NRS is enabled. Oh, Erminator almost gets squeezed, and a nice clean wrist down. Oh my god, Tom is into the wall and he is out. He's done a brand. He's binned it through the final corner, and that is another safety car as soon as DRS gets enabled, and it's a safety car, and this is great news for Cameron. He can get his pit stop, get fresh set of tyres, not lose that much time. And wow, and Hermine has collided with Major, it looks like. Yeah, he's definitely collided with Major. He's got no front wing. So Hermine is definitely going to pit, and that is hurting Alpine even more. Today is not their day. And yeah, that is going to really annoy him. And wow. Oh, then Tim actually hasn't really lost that much time with the safety car and the pit choice. Looks like he could easily now win this race with the pace. Ross in second, but Ivan, he's going to have to pit because I don't think there'll be another safety car, and he needs to gain some Ferrari some points. So if I was him, I'd pit, go set softs, and go to the end. But it's going to be interesting what they decide to do. And Shane actually isn't happy what happened between the contact between him and Jeremy, which is a shame. I don't believe it was really Jeremy's fault. I was looking on the rear side, so I don't know. I didn't see steering inputs, but I think it was just where the wheels connected and it just sent them into the wall. I've had it a lot of times, so it is unlucky. But obviously, it is a shame for Shane because he was actually looking for a good result, especially Jeremy Pub as well. He's looking for a good result as well, and he's kind of been gifted the safety car as he's in 13th. Anyone pitting? Interesting. Ross is pitting. Has that screwed the Ferrari up of Ivan? He needed a pit, and Ross said, you know what, I'm going for the pit, I'm going for the quicker tyres, and it's going to screw the Ferraris up. It's a very interesting strategy. A lot of people have pit, and yet, and Ivan's going to be furious. He's lost so much time, and he's underway then. And yep, he's lost at least 2 positions with that pit stop. Matt is in then. He had to double stack. It looks, well, actually I don't know why he got held up there. But then Matt in the pit lane, leaving the pits in 12. Jeremy stays out, so Jeremy's going to gain 2 positions on Eliminator and Matt Romano. Then he moves into 11th, and Cameron then will only gain 1 position on Matt Romano. So he did lose still a lot of time with the wing replacement, but safety car has neutralised it, and Louis now doesn't have to worry. He has to watch out for Major, because Major can't get too close to Louis. If you deliberately hit someone in the back end like that, you will be penalised. We do remove them, but you need to be careful. It is within the guidelines of the pen point system, where if you do hit a guy in the rear end deliberately, or it looked deliberately and it was reported and you're completely at fault, you will be given penalty points, and a penalty won't be removed most of the time. But we haven't had that at the moment in the league, so hopefully it can stay like that and we just remove 5 seconds. But at the moment, safety car will be doing another lap around the track. And so on lap 16 out of 27, only 10 laps remain in the race, and I wonder if the AlphaTauris are going to, well, one of them decide to pit and risk going at the back of the grid and fighting his way through. Because right now, Ross isn't really in a bad position. He's in 6th place. He's got the pace to fight for the win. He's got guys ahead of him who are mediums, slow mediums, and Eliminator's lagged out. Hopefully he can get back in the sessions. Okay, Luke's pitting. He can't get ahead of the safety car. You're going to get disqualified. Oh, you're lucky. But yeah, Luke's then in the pit, so he's going for the strategy. But as I was saying, Ross then isn't a good option now. He's now 5th, getting another position. And Ivan's not in the best position. Yes, he's in 9th. Yes, he's in the points. That's all he needs for Ferrari to outscore Alpine. But if he wants a good result, he's going to have to get through Spicer, Jessica Harrison and Billy, which could be easier said than done. Then if he wants to try and go for a podium, he's going to have to get past Ross, Capricorn, Major, or one of the AlphaTauris at least. So if he wants a good result today, he needs to have a bit of strong and good look pace. But with this third safety car, we'll actually have a look on position changes then. So the biggest position gainers through the whole race today is actually Jeremy Pope at the moment with 9 positions gained. Then it's Billy, Jessica and Spicer with 8. But the biggest loser, who's still in the race, is Eliminator. He's lost 8. But then it goes Ross, who's lost 4. So it's going to be very interesting, the remaining laps of this race, how it plays out. And the fastest lap is currently held by Tim with a 1:34.833 on the soft tyres, I believe. When the second safety car ended, he had a couple of laps to do some laps on him, and that's a good time. But plenty of safety cars, and I don't think this will be the last one of the race. I think there'll be one more at least. But we'll have to wait and see then. That's on lap 17 out of 27. We'll start on lap number 18 then. Because everyone is within the safety car limit. Safety car should be coming in this lap. Or is it because the Mercedes and Alfa Romeo... No, there we go. Safety car is in this lap. I think it's made a bit of a later call than the others because the Alfa Romeo wasn't close enough. But safety car will be in this lap then. For some reason. Well then, it's going to be a very interesting restart. We have aggressive Haas Rabbit in third and major, and Jesus, Tim is backing up the field today. And he's getting ready, he's activated his IRL, so he is getting on standby to get the start going. He's going to have to be careful, because right now Major's off the track. And that's going to cause a penalty, innit? And the safety car has gone, and yeah, that has caused a penalty. I think Louis just been given a 5-second because of Major. So that isn't good. If I was Tim now, to be safe, let Louis go and try and pull a gap, because only one penalty can be removed. But what about Ross then? Can he make overtakes? Not at the moment. Anybody in the background? Jessica Harrison then, losing position to Ivan. She's going side by side through turn 1. Ooh, that was a bit too close there. As Cameron picks up 3 seconds, Capricorn is now into third position, as Luke Baker now is into 12th, as he's still going side by side. Oh, and there's a bit of contact. Oh my god, Ross, good reactions there to get out of the way, and Major out of the race. And is that going to be another safety car? As there is yellows and people are going side by side. Jeremy now into 9th. They're thinking it could be a safety car, but I don't think it is. I think it's too late to call it now. And wow, that's very interesting. What happened there is we're going to go on board with Ivan. He looks close enough to Spice and Billy. There's actually Ross is actually making no take for third. I didn't actually see how close he was. And Ross then back in the third place. Looks like he will get second at least, because I don't know. I don't get how Louis got 11 seconds worth of penalties. I'm guessing he's got 6 and then 6 seconds. So even if with the 6-second penalty he's got, one has to be removed, which is 5. So he has 6 seconds worth of penalties. So either way, I don't think Louis is going to get a podium today, and AlphaTauri will be annoyed with this. But Spicer doing a cracking job in 5th place, starting near the back today. And right now he's holding up Billy for 5th, for 5th position. He's holding up Billy for that. Billy's in 6th right now. Ivan's not that far. Jessica Harrison is in 8th, looking to score some more points for the Alfa Romeo team. Jeremy in 9th, I think, score his first set of points this season. And then Cameron right in his tail in 10th, who's looking for an overtake, possibly through turn 3. He is on the quicker tyre. He's going for it. Jeremy gives him the room, and easy overtake there through turn 3 now. Jeremy drops to 10th. Zermatt still hasn't made it back. I think he's actually given up. I don't think he will be rejoining at all, which will class him as a 90% right now, even if he did rejoin, because he's not here. He's actually not racing. So Louis then in the 2nd place, Ross in 3rd. Louis is trying his best just to keep him behind right now. Louis knows it's a losing battle, but he just needs to keep pulling away. Right now he's at a gap to 4th place to 1.5 seconds. So if he just keeps doing that at each lap, he could pull away and almost get that 6-second gap and hopefully hold 3rd position. Oh, Eminem says his router is completely died, so that is a shame. Then Jessica Harrison picks up a first 3-second time penalty, and she's now in 11th position. As okay, what's happened to Luke? Luke is round, and that is definitely illegal. Okay, yeah, that's interesting. I don't know if those two were involved in contact or something, but something happened. But right now though, we're in Ross, Louis and Tim now fighting for the lead of the race. Lap 20 out of 27, not that many laps remaining of the race. right now. Gap to leader for Capricorn and Tim is 2.5. Gap to Billy is 4.3. So Louis at the moment is safe for 4th. Isn't good enough. He needs to find some more time. It might not show at the end of the result where he is, but the 5 second obviously will probably get removed, because I think it was cars ghosting into each other, which I don't believe is fair to give a 5 second, to be honest. But Louis then, trying his best. I think he's going to go for it. I think Tim's now to say, you know what, I ain't got really up to lose. No, he's not. Tim, you're kind of costing your teammate here. And oh my god, what is Ross doing there? Jesus, it was a big dive bomb and it's screwed Louis over. And Louis lost a bit of time. I thought Ross was going for a ridiculous dive, but actually in the end it was actually quite fair. Louis just wasn't expecting to be there. So Louis then lost out in the end, backing off, and I think Tim needs to decide, do I help my teammate or am I just going to be for myself and try and win the championship? Because right now AlphaTauri will be getting the most points, but they need to do a better job. I can't invite you, Eminem, because I don't have your PSN on my thing. You're going to have to ask one of the drivers who, like Matt or something. And to be honest, that invite what you had should still be there, even if your internet ripped out. Ah, there you go. It's good. So Ross then in 2nd place for now, holding it. And to be honest, I think Ross is going to actually win. I think Tim should have pit. Ross has made a cracking decision to pit. Best strategy call. Ferrari's finally done a good strategy call. Still on the soft tyres. Ross versus Tim then. Jack Harrison still in 10th. Jeremy in 9th. ERS and DRS is active. It's not really helping him that much. It is near the end of the straight, but he has to back off. Oh my god, Louis almost went in for an attack run. Louis then back in the fight. It's Tim deliberately backing up Ross back into his teammate to help him out, because Tim is parking a bus. Tim's finally walking up and say, you know what, I'm going to help my teammate here. He needs the help to get a good result. Back up Ross, trying to make an overtake, and it'll help me out in the long run. But right now, Ross is probably getting a bit annoyed in the cockpit, but Louis just can't get the traction down right now. Capricorn at the moment is fighting for 3rd position with Billy. I don't know then. I'm gonna just keep trying, I'd suggest. Ross still can't make the job work right now. He's just making Tim drain all of his ERS. And that's what he needs to do. But Ross hasn't got that much himself. Is he going to go for a move yet? No, he stays behind at the moment. Through turn 4 as Camden is in the pit lane. So Matt Romano looks like he will be scoring points for another round. Right now, as this clutch fight we do have on track for the lead of the race as well. So we're going to stay on board with it. Ivan's still in 6th then. He hasn't done what he needs to. If he wanted a chance for podium, he needs to get ahead of Billy and Capricorn. Then Luke Baker sets a new fast start, 1:33.896. Cameron then, I'm guessing, is going to try and beat that time. And oh no, Jeremy is out of the race, and that's a safety car. Oh no, that has ruined Louis. That has completely ruined Louis' race. Even now, that has really screwed him, because he's going to have less time to pull a 6-second gap. If I was him, I'd just pit softs, because you're not really going to gain anything with this right now, because unless you get a good restart, and Ross isn't the best at restarts, so you're behind him as well. If I was Louis, I'd go softs and just pray for some luck. Nope. Okay. Yeah, you. Right. He crossed the white. If you're going to pit, do it before the white line. Now you've got another penalty. That's probably what you'd have got from crossing the white line. So, and Jessica Harrison's just got a drive through. Well, that's a rip first. She has to sell that drive through after the safety car. Ivan is now in a position where he could get a podium, and Capricorn could lose it. Well, Jeremy's called it a day then, after this disappointing result. Well then, we had 20 cars running. We only have now 12. Well, it's technically 11 because Terminator doesn't count because he's actually not looking the session yet. And unfortunately, even if he did get back, I don't think he will be classified with the 90% rule because he's missed that many laps. So that is a shame for him. Well then, safety car will stay another lap. This will be the last safety car of the race though, which is good. And this is what, 4th, 5th safety car in this race. Who's pitting? Matt, why are you pitting? Matt, what are you doing? Why are you pitting? Oh, for crying out loud. Just when I want Matt Romano to do well, he bloody decides, you know what, screw this, I'm going to go in the pit lane. So you're going to cost yourself points. Matt Romano is fired from Aston Martin because it's screwing him on points. You know, to rejoin, hopefully he can get in his car, but as I said, he's missed so many laps. I don't know if the 90% rule thing will classify. Hang on a minute. It says Kevin not there, but he is. Okay, he's actually lagged out. So Kevin Khan's now lagged out. You know, the service of this game is just brilliant. Can't ask for anything better. I thought Rainbow servers were shocking, or EA servers on FIFA. But Jesus Christ. Well then, safety car will be in this lap. Safety car will be in this lap then. Tim has got it all to do. Will Tim be able to pull this off? Will Tim be able to win this race on the medium tyre? Or will it be Ross? Or, it ain't Kevin Khan because he's not here. Or will it be Ivan? Will he somehow manage to fraud his way into a winning position? Because don't get me wrong, he shouldn't be in this position right now. He's done a good race, but he shouldn't be in this position. He should be at least 6th or 7th. And yet again, safety car almost goes to a standstill. Ross doesn't get a good start though. Tim pulls away, 6/10 of a gap right now as we can see fights further behind in the background. Any side-by-side moments? Yeah, there is. Louis Quinlan and Tom Spicer going side-by-side through turn 1. Kevin Khan has rejoined the session, so hopefully he can get back into the car ASAP because he could lose a position to Ivan. Oh my god, Louis isn't going for that move on the inside of Erminator. Erminator has to go off. Was there contact between them two? As Spicer is trying to go for the overtake on the inside, as we're going to go on board with, if it lets me, for God's sake, why? Of Ivan, who's trying to make an overtake on Capricorn, who's still not in the car for some reason. And Capricorn's going to lose a ton of time. Now he's back in the car, so he actually is now back. So Erminator has to watch out, because Capricorn is back now in the car, so he can't actually go through him. Billy was fighting for a podium, but not anymore. Oh, and Erminator almost squeezes Louis into the wall. Because, oh, for God's sake, I don't have any delta telemetry. I can't see how close Ross isn't close enough. Louis, I know, is close enough to make a move. And I said that, so is Capricorn not. Louis pulls it off around the outside. Good overtake. Ross up, trying his best. Will Ross bottle it? Like he's bottled the win before. Or will it be Tim? Lap 26, on the penultimate lap of this race. The last lap will be Ross's only attempt. If I was Tim, just save your ERS as much as you can, because next lap, DRS will be activated. Billy making a move possibly on Ivan. No, he stays behind for now. Capricorn though is looking hungry for a possible third position. He knows he can get it. He just needs to get past Billy and then past Ivan. He looks a lot quicker on the mediums. You can see an overtake further behind in the background there. Spicer versus Luke Baker, and I'm positive Jessica still has a drive through. Yes, she does. And what's happened to Spicer? Has he got no front wing? No, he's missed the whole front wing. He's lost his front wing right now. And right, okay. I don't know why people do that. It won't cause a VSC or a safety car, but there's just no need. And Louis, and okay, what the hell has just happened to Louis? He's into the wall. Now Terminator's been collected with that as well. More front wing damage. Jessica Harrison is confirmed to get points. Even with the drive-through, she has to take the drive-through this lap. Ross isn't close enough to challenge for pole. Ivan isn't close enough to win. I don't know if that was desync or lag or something, because that reminds me of 2018 and 2019 where desync was an issue on the games, where you got too close, you would send somebody off. Yeah, wow. Louis then, into the wall. And yeah, that is a rip for him. However, one of the last lap of this race. Who will it be? Will it be Louis? Will it be, not Louis, will it be Ross? Will it be Tim? Going side by side through turn one. Tim's got to go for it on the inside. Ross is off the track. Ross doesn't get a penalty, but he's got the inside line. Tim's trying to squeeze him. Tim's trying everything he can to hold Ross up. Still keeping the car on the outside. Is he going to go for the dive through turn four? He's thinking about it. Ross has to give him room. Oh, there's been a contact that's round. Tim is round there, and Ross didn't give him enough room. So the Ferraris are going to get a 1-2. That puts Capricorn then into technically third position. I don't know him. You might. I think you got damage or something, maybe with the ghost car or something. I don't know. But wow, Ross then is in the lead of this race. A bit questionable how he took the lead, but he's in the lead. Ivan then will be in second. So either way, it will be a Ferrari winning the race, whatever happens. Unless Capricorn can find 2 seconds worth of pace in the last couple of corners. He's trying his best just to keep up. Will he dive it on Billy? And no, he stays behind. But the guy we're going to go on board with is the man who took the 2 points. Didn't take the fastest lap, but he will take the win at Russia then. Ross Denholm coming around the final corner. He's got a 4-second gap to Ivan. Round the final corner he goes, and he takes the Russian Grand Prix win. He will be happy with that. Ross Denholm then takes the win on track, with Ivan taking second and a Ferrari 1-2. Capricorn in third, Cam fourth, Luke fifth, Billy sixth. Tim, even with that incident, moves back to fourth then. So those positions change then, as Matt Romano does take sixth then. Good result for him, as Jessica Harrison then will be finishing in 9th place there. So she will be happy with that, scoring more points for the team for Alfa Romeo, and that's, I think, back-to-back point result there. So I think she finished 10th last week, 9th this week. Will she be able to get 8th the next round coming up? But Jessica Harrison then, around the final corner, takes 9th. The Terminator then looks like going to round off in 10th position with a bit of damage I think he got on the wing when Louis Quinlan went round, and Cam's just been given a 20-second penalty. So that's changing. I will note that Cameron's just been given a 20-second penalty. That has to change the positions, I think. But that will be looked into at the end of the race. And there we go then. Roston takes the win on track, and he will be happy with that. Maybe not happy with how it ended between him and Tim, but Ferrari won't care about that. They've got a 1-2. Obviously, though, the true Brit on the top with the Scottishman in second, and then Capricorn in third. Then he will be happy with that, but he also could still be investigated between the incident between him and Louis, which was a bit weird. But what a very weird and an exciting race at the same time. A lot of incidents, so the F2 stewards are going to be busy doing this. However, though, Roston does take the win. Ivan in second, Capricorn in third, Tim in fourth, Matt Romano in fifth, Luke Baker in sixth, and he takes the fastest lap point, so he will be happy with that. Billy in 7th, Cam in 8th, Des Harrison in 9th, and Erminator in 10th. Louis and Spicer do get classified 11th and 12th, 2 laps down. However, everybody else DNF from today's race. So your DNFs are Jeremy Pope, Major, Ball King, Shane, Jack, Hamrick, and Adam and Storm. These 3 will be definitely getting investigated by the stewards because I've already sent their reports in, and it's going to be interesting what the stewards say about it because it is questionable on both drivers' side. But it's been a very exciting race and a thrilling race, especially for the Ferrari team. I have been your commentator, IRL Neon, or Jared Lee Fosbury. If you guys want to see some more action-packed, spectacular racing for F2 tier and some more crashes, join us next week on Sunday, where we do actually travel to, if I can get it up, we travel to Baku. So a very interesting race that will be, and possibly some more carnage, maybe in the castle section. But until then, have a nice day and goodbye for now.